Hey, Alan Creek, welcome to the Creek this week, or as it's been
Creek Week.
Creek Week.
Welcome to Creek Week.
It's the
What's
sound,
up?
It's the sound of my knees.
All right. Here we are, Creek Week, a whole week.
Yeah, you know, we could argue all day about the title of this thing, but that would be divisive, wouldn't it?
Divisive.
Yes.
Divisive.
Divisive. That's another way to say it.
See, we're gonna get divisive
We're gonna argue about the way to pronounce it. So if you caught the sermon this last week, we're in the series, right? Find AC3, and we talked about unity, because this whole series is about how the church is in a position to bring a healing antidote
That's good.
to what's going on in the world, right? So we talked about despair. We're going to talk about despair. We're talking about fear, and hope is the antidote. This last week, division is a defining characteristic of our world, and how unity is kind of a solution. And division's like everywhere, right?
It's everywhere. It's been exaggerated over the last 2 years.
For sure.
I think it's just gotten worse and worse. Social media has just amplified it. And actually, I was playing hockey last week, Dan, and in my locker room, people were at each other's throats over just secondary issues. And it was just like, they were just mad at each other about politics. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, no one wants that. No one wants that. And so it was just.
So we covered this last Sunday. If you had a chance to catch the sermon, then you might want to still open up Romans 14. That was kind of our passage for last week, and dig into it some more. If you didn't get a chance, that's going to be a great introduction into how the church is supposed to be unified. That we present this in John chapter 13 and in John 17. Jesus makes it so explicit that the unity and the love that we have for each other is evidence that God is real and that God is for the world. But that's often not the case. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, that about 95% of my church experience has been right here in Allen Creek. But Alex has seen a little bit more of the world. So, you know, he's younger, but he's seen more.
I've seen a lot of church.
He's seen a lot of church. I've seen some, but not as much. And Alex, would you say that you've seen conflict everywhere?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you see, it's just no matter what church you're a part of, because conflict's inevitable. Okay?
Yeah.
But division is a choice.
Okay, friends, that's a keeper. Grab your pens, boys and girls.
Oh, gosh.
Pull your notebooks out. Write this down, and you need to attribute this to the person who introduced you to the phrase, and his name's Dan Hazen.
That's cool. That's cool. You
right,
can
right.
take it.
I'm stealing that now. No, Alex said this is really good. Conflict is inevitable.
Yeah.
But division is a choice. Explain that.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is when you spend enough time with people, and if you're doing church right, we should be in community. We should be talking with each other. We should be in community with each other, which means that we're going to rub shoulders, which means that there's going to be conflict.
It's going to happen in marriages.
In marriages,
conflict's inevitable.
Whether you're college roommates,
parents and children, right? When people who love each other, living in community, get in conflict. But division
is a choice.
So what's the difference in your mind between conflict and division?
Division causes isolation.
Okay.
So in my mind, when you become divisive, you are saying that person is not allowed in this conversation.
So a rule of thumb might be that, you know, conflict is you're still engaged. There's still communication. There's still connection. It may be unpleasant. It may be difficult, but there's connection. When division happens, there's contact is broken.
Yeah, it's what you see on Facebook. So you'll see people commenting on Facebook. They're getting a Facebook war. We've all seen it. We've all seen the thread. And they're saying horrible things. And then all of a sudden, you see you got unfriended or someone got unfriended, right? And it's like, well, you just unfriended me. You don't want me in your life at all. And you'll hear it. Like, I'll hear it from people, right? Like, I'll hear it from other people. They'll be like, yeah, I unfriended them. Because I just didn't want to see anything they were posting.
You know, that's an interesting phrase I thought about a while ago in a discussion about conflict and division, that people will use this. I don't have time for this. I don't have room in my life for this. And I think what they mean, if we're the most generous, it's like, okay, this conflict is emotionally draining for me. It may be unhealthy, but the result is I don't have room for you. I don't have time for you. Is what's being said, and that's division. That's divisive.
And the church should be a place of unity, right?
Yes.
So I go back to Acts 2, where they say that they had everything in common.
Yes.
The early church had everything in common. And what it meant wasn't that literally me, you, Dan, are literally going to have the same shoes, same pants. What it meant is that they were following the same Jesus.
Yeah.
And it meant that we were going to look at our lives as people who are following that Jesus.
That's right.
And so when I think about what does the church need to look like, it needs to look like that.
Yeah.
It needs to look like that.
And that unity is really an attractive thing in a world that is defined in a world. Ooh, I'm going to try the big Hollywood mic. In a world. Right? That's
Dude,
Rick's favorite.
These mics are sick.
They're nice. They're really cool. In a world where division is the defining characteristic these days, a place of unity is a place that's attractive. But we've got to actually be unified. So,
yeah.
So
we're not blind, right?
Right. That's a real thing. So, so hopefully we got some information about that this last weekend. We got some great insight from Pastor Alex today, and I just want to remind everybody here that peacemaking is a big part of that. And we want to be a peacemaking culture at Allen Creek, which means that we're grown-ups about it, and we say, yep, conflict's going to happen. But here's what we're going to do. We're not going to be part of division. We're going to value each other, and if you need help with peacemaking, we have trained conciliators. Your staff, your elders are here to help and step in and create that unity that's going to be attractive.
And I think it's clear for us to say, like, we're all on a journey to peacemaking. And I think people look at the church and think they have to be perfect. And the reality is the church is broken, messy people trying to...
Because you and I are here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Don't get me started on
Mostly,
me.
I mean,
yeah,
mostly me and Alex. That's exactly right. So you're welcome here. Bring your conflict.
Bring your conflict. Bring your junk.
But we're not gonna engage in division.
Mm-mm.
We're gonna stay. So that's our goal, to bring unity, and we'll see you next week. I can't remember what the topic is, but it's gonna be good, whatever it is.
What week are we on? We're on.
Unity was last week.
And that was week 4.
That was week 3.
3? 4?
Aren't you
All
glad
I know is I'm teaching on In a World of Apathy, Find Purpose.
Yeah, I think that's the last one. So we got one more. I think we got joy.
Joy.
Coming up. I think joy's. Whatever it is, it's gonna be awesome. We'll see you hopefully in person. If not, we will catch you online. AC3. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace.